We have more details on the fact that police and Secret Service were aware of Thomas Crooks well in advance of his attempt to assassinate Donald Trump. Text messages show officers responsible for monitoring Trump's Pennsylvania rally spotted his would-be assassin well in advance of the shooting. They flagged Crooks to colleagues as suspicious at least 90 minutes before he opened fire. This updates the previous known time of about 60 minutes. The first screenshot is a group chat of Butler Emergency Service unit officers. An ESU is somewhat similar to a SWAT team. The text reads, "Someone followed our lead and snuck in and parked by our cars. I'm just letting you know because you see me go out with my rifle and put it in my car, so he knows you guys are up there. He's sitting to the direct right on a picnic table about 50 yards from the exit." Two other counter-snipers responded with a thumbs-up emoji writing, "Roger that." Approximately 45 minutes later, at 5:10 p.m., officers flagged that Crooks was on the move and had positioned himself near the American Glass International, or AGR building, the building he shot from. While Crooks waited, an officer snapped a picture of the 20-year-old suspect, which he included in the text message. "Kid leaning around building we're in. AGR, I believe it is. I did see him with a rangefinder looking towards stage. FYI. If you want to notify SS snipers to look out, I lost sight of him. Also a bike with backpack sitting next to it in rear of building that was not seen earlier. Call into command and have a uniform check it out." James Copenhaver, one of the shooting victims in the Trump assassination attempt, has released video he recorded shortly before being shot, which appears to show Thomas Crooks running across the roof of the AGR building in full view of the Secret Service snipers. The world will see a vibrant Republican Party. 74-year-old Copenhaver and 57-year-old David Dutch were both injured, with both being shot twice. Copenhaver was released from Allegheny General Hospital on July 26th, but remains in a rehabilitation center. Copenhaver was shot in the arm and abdomen. New video footage circulating on Twitter shows police officers running around the low building on top of which Crooks was perched. The officers could be seen looking up at the roof for at least 2 minutes before the shots were fired at Trump. Here are clips from that video. In the final clip, you can hear the shots fired by Crooks, as well as the 9th shot, which was fired by a Butler ESU officer.
If he was doing the job, I wouldn't even be doing this.
There's something going on in this building.
I said I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator elected and to make sure
oh my God.
we get back to the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America.
If you haven't seen it yet, I invite you to watch my special report, Who Really Killed Thomas Crooks, which I released this past Wednesday. In that report, I dissect the sound analysis done by Dr. Chris Martenson and reveal that he made a number of errors. I also suggest a strong theory, supported by the sound analysis, of where the 9th shot by a Butler ESU officer was fired from. Kansas Senator Roger Marshall called for the creation of an independent, non-political commission, leaving no rock unturned investigating the Secret Service failures. The Secret Service has had a 48% turnover in a year's time, he said. Barely 50% of them trust their senior leadership. Look, the Secret Service is negligent, incompetent, and there's a cultural failure within their organization. Texas Senator Ted Cruz blasted the political leadership of the Secret Service, calling July 13th the worst and most catastrophic security failure of the Secret Service since 1981, the attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan. Cruz then raised alleged political motivations driving the Secret Service leadership's decisions. I asked him, is the individual who denied additional coverage for President Trump the same individual who denied coverage for Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? Utterly indefensible that RFK went months without Secret Service protection. His father was assassinated running for president. His uncle was assassinated when he was president. RFK Jr. had had multiple death attempts. And yet, the Biden administration refused to give him Secret Service protection until after the attempted assassination of President Trump. I believe that decision was political. I believe that decision was partisan, and the political leadership of Secret Service understaffed the security detail of President Trump for the same reason they did not provide security to RFK Jr.